Alrighty, so that has been a fun week. I finally made it. Got my first set of hate mail, so that's always great. Now, I'm not talking about the comments on the video. People can comment what they like. If you're new to this channel, which in the past week, there's been a lot of new people, so that's been good. I don't do this full time. Never have I said I do this full time. I don't even do YouTube to make money, so people can say what they like. It doesn't really bother me. But the hate mail I'm referring to, I do have my email address on my homepage. You can click on it and go have a look. So the hate mail I've received is email form, which is pretty funny because they obviously don't understand that I run this channel. It's just me, that's it. And it's like, to the manager, owner of Koala Concepts channel, you need to fire the person that's making the videos, blah, blah, blah. It's hilarious. It's almost like it was done by AI, so people can't even be bothered to put a little bit of a proper hate mail in there. And if they realize what I did in a previous work life, there is no way you'd be sending me hate mail. So good luck to them. If they find that they need to do that, that's all good. At no stage, 99.9% of people that watch these videos, they're all on board. It's entertainment purpose. Some people get some information out of it. Other people get information of, well, I'm not doing that, so that's fine. But you need to understand, it's YouTube. I'm not standing behind you, forcing you to click on anything. And majority of people get that, so it is what it is. You're always going to get those sorts of people. And yeah, I go by a sort of motto of my previous work life as well as improvise, adapt and overcome. So that's what I did when I was taking the nut off for the front sprocket. But in saying that, those methods are perfectly legitimate methods of getting it off. So that last method that I did with the chain, putting the screwdriver through the chain to finally break it off with the bike being in neutral, least amount of strain on the driveline. That's actually from a Yamaha workshop manual from years ago, and it was taught to me by a Yamaha mechanic. So you can take with that what you want. But anyway, it works. It got the job done. Now, in saying that I don't force people to watch these videos, if you want to win a set of pivot pegs, you're going to have to watch to the end, because I did say a while ago that once I reach 5,000 subscribers, if that was before the 1st of April, I'll be putting them up as a little giveaway. I've changed my mind. If I reach 3,000 subscribers before the 1st of April, I'll be giving them up as a giveaway. And from the looks of just before, I think there's only about 90 subscribers to get in a month, or not a month, sorry, a couple of weeks. Anyway, it's up to people if they want to subscribe or not. There's a lot more people watching these videos than subscribers. So all you have to do is click on the subscribe button, and then I'll release another video when that happens to show how to win a set of pivot pegs. Now, back to the bike. We need to put this bike back together. The front sprocket that I've ordered has once again miraculously disappeared in the world that is Aussie Post. We'll go with their own words. They haven't lost it, they've misplaced it. Okay, so they've misplaced it in a place that's 10 k's away from my house. It's somewhere there, they just don't know where it is. So that's why this video is coming out a little bit later than what I normally do. I normally try and release them Monday mornings, my time. But yeah, so that's why you're probably viewing this going, oh, it's a bit later than normal, if you're a subscriber. If not, you probably go, oh, it's just another video. But we've got a couple more things to do. So we need to do the front brakes, or front brake pads anyway, and just measure to see how much they've worn in the past 20,000 Ks. So we'll do that now. All right, we'll just get these calipers off. Still a fair bit of meat on those ones, but we're going to replace them anyway. Okay, so looks-wise, there's the pads there. Still heaps of meat on them, but still going to replace them. So the old pads, let's have a look. What are we down to? We're down to 4 mil, 3 mil, sorry. Wheel pads are just under 3mm. And if we go with the new pad, we'll be starting with new pads, we're starting with 4mm. So I don't do crazy heavy braking. So we'll run a focus. I don't do crazy heavy braking. That's just me with dropped it. Well, I just dropped it on a screwdriver, but yeah. 3mm, so I've used a mil in 20,000 Ks with the Cape York trip. I'm just going to do these up hand tight until I do the other side, and then we can pull the front brake and let them settle before we talk them up to spec. One thing I found funny in one of the comments from the last video, someone, you know, the typical, you don't know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. If you broke something, you'd probably get it claimed on warranty or try and get it claimed on warranty. That's hilarious. I was having to think about that, and I'm like, I've never actually claimed anything under warranty ever, I don't think. Like, if they actually watched my videos, they would have seen that I damaged the front rim, and there's heaps of comments on that, like, oh, the front rims are soft, you should be able to get that covered under warranty. I hit a massive pothole with like concrete on like a sharp edge. If anything, yeah, it's the council that's supposed to maintain it, but it's on the road, you still should dodge it. Didn't worry about claiming under warranty. I bought new wheels, which cost me, you know, over $4,000. So people just need to chillax and actually know what they're talking about before they comment. And what they don't realize is I can delete or turn comments off. So I'm giving people the opportunity to actually write, you know, what they believe or what they want essentially, but I can change that very, 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 very quickly. Because yeah, once again, it is my channel. I like to do this for fun. A lot of people do like watching it, and it seems that they're, you know, enjoying it. So yeah, good on them. But what it's going to come down to now is, unless you're a public subscriber, as in a subscriber to the channel, and you want to comment and expect a response, you're not going to get a response. Because why should I respond to someone that can't even take the time to subscribe to the channel? But yeah, that's my little rant over and done with. Let's do the other side, which you don't really need to see, because I'm not expecting the brake pads to be any different. If they are any different, I'll show you, but I'll show you what happens next after. Leave these just a little bit loose, see they're finger tight. And a little bit of a wobble in them. That's good for the moment, until we do the other side. Okay, this part's probably going to upset a lot of people as well. So the bolts that hold the calipers on are just finger tight, but we need to pump up to get the brake pads seated. There we go. So they're hard now, just giving it a few little squeezes. And then just with some sort of strap, we tie off the brake lever so it's tight. So in other words, front brakes are on. Now I say this is going to upset a lot of people because there are a few ways to do this. Everyone's got their own opinions. But the fact is, with these at the moment, there are people that are having issues with the front brake. I haven't had those issues. I've taken these wheels on and off probably 10 times in the past 12 months, 2 different sets of rims, and you saw the brake pads then, they've only worn down 1 mil. So either I'm doing something right, other people are doing something wrong, or this actually is the way to do it. It's the way I've always done it on every motorbike, and it's always worked. So we're just going to nip them up just that little bit tighter, 3/8 wrench, no pressure really. So yeah, once again, there are people that have had issues with the front brakes. There could be a manufacturing issue. I haven't had that problem. But yeah, I have taken these on and off lots of times in the past 12 months with no issues. 45 Newton meters. Argue as much as you want, but it's 45. A little bit first. So don't forget, The brakes are actually clamped on at the moment. That's tied back. Click. Click. Do it again. Just to double check. And we do the other side. Before I go on my big trip, I'll have to do this again because most likely I'll be changing tyres. Like you look at these and you go, oh, these are fine. These tyres have done probably 2,000 Ks. Now my trip, going to be clocking over 10,000 Ks. And I've got a little bit of a trust issue with motors at the moment, so hopefully something else is going to come in time for us to replace those with. Okay, front brake pad change done. Now we have to wait for the front sprocket to arrive. Alrighty, front sprocket has arrived. Now I'll take it out of the packet and we'll compare to see how much it's actually worn. Right, so far so good. Doesn't going to show too much. But the other one's just starting to lean over, being the old one. So, matchy, all good. Let's put it on. So if people are wondering why I didn't use heat to heat the nut up, I didn't have a spare oil seal. I didn't want to damage it. There's a sensor there, sensor up here, and I've only got oxy torch. So if that didn't work, of course, I would have sorted something else out. But it did, so deal with it. All right, let's put it in neutral. Let's seat this sucker on properly. Done. Now, how does that fit in regards to lining up with the rear? On the money, good to go. All right, so don't forget the locking tab and the nut. Just give us a little quick nip up. First gear, tighten up a bit. There we go. I'll fully tighten that after I do the chain and put it on the ground. All right, so let's run this chain. A new one, I'll just make sure it's the right length. All right, so to give away with the pivot pegs, if I reach 3,000 subscribers before the 1st of April, I'll be giving them away. And somewhere in this video, you will see a code word. And then, yeah, once I reach 3,000 subscribers, revert back to this video, which I'll do a little explanation about. And use that code word and enter how I tell you to. But let's get back to this. Let's run the chain. Okay, so the new chain's 5 links too long, so you've seen me break the chain before, so that's what we're going to do for this. Make it the same length. All right, have some spare links now, so we're good. I better put it on the right way up, otherwise people will have a fit. Of course, if you just kept the old chain on, you could just hook it on and pull it through, but I didn't. So that's what we're doing. All right. Bring it back a little bit. There we go. I should have enough slack in it that I can just put the pin in. So let's have a look. Well, it's 30 degrees in here now, so it's cooking. Let's have a look. Bingo. Let's bring it up there a little bit. Okay, O-rings are on. This does have a side. It's got a stamping. All right, that's what we're working with. Now, get to press that on. Okay, so now we're just going to use the tool in the press mode to press this end cap on. So P matches up with P, put it over the entire chain in the middle here. All we're doing is pressing the end on. There we go. Give it a nip up. Start pressing down. This should just bring the rivets through so we can actually roll them. There we go. They're ready to be rolled over. Still have nice play, yep, so not too tight. And we switch the block over, there we are, to R for a rivet. So the R matches up with the rivet. Pull the pin back. Okay, before we put this on, just make sure you've put this device on. It's got like a little half rounded edge on it. So essentially we're going to be going into the little dimple to flare it out. Without that, you're really just squishing it. So we'll throw that on one end. A little bit more flaring to do. That's in business. Cool. Done. Now we've got to adjust the chain. Alrighty, the chain's all done up. The only thing we need to do now is torque that nut down. Okay, so a lot of people have suggested when I was taking the nut off, stand on the brake or tie the brake down, which you have to get a lot of pressure on it to actually tie it down. And what do you tie it to? I don't have a stand or anything like that. So the only option I've got is to stand on the brake, lean over the bike and try and undo it. There is no way you're going to be able to do that by yourself because it took over 300 Newton meters plus to take that nut off. Now I have to do this up to 186 and I'll show you the issue with that. So I'll just take it off the stand so it's on the ground, make life a little bit easier. All right, so lean over the bike, find the nut there, hammer down on the brake, lean on the bike, and give it a good turn. There we go. Whew. So that's an issue. Okay, if you've got two people doing it, but solo, that can be a nightmare. All right, let's bend this tab over, keep that secure. That's why I say you can only use it 3 times, but I think next time I'll be replacing this. She does like to bend a bit. All right, tab done. That'll work. Okay, so now it's just a matter of putting the plastics back on, taking it for a spin, make sure everything's okay, coming back, making sure that little linkage pin in the chain hasn't moved. So when I pressed the linkage pin in on the chain, I made sure that it was the same diameter as all the other studs, so that should be good to go. All right, so hopefully you found this helpful in changing the front sprocket, rear sprocket and chain at the 20,000 K mark on your bike. So if you didn't find it helpful, just post a video, a YouTube link of you doing the exact same thing on a Desert X and I'll have a look. I think it's time to go for a ride. Next video. I've got one more thing that I want to sort of test out, but we can do that on the ride. And now I've got to go to the post office and pick something else up because they're too lazy to deliver it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.